What's up, everybody? Do my review here of the iClear 30B. I think I've had enough time with this. MVP. It's okay for a couple of hits. Fourth hit, it's a little dry. Let it sit. It's okay. I've found I cannot chain vape this thing. It will dry right up on me. Everybody else I talk to has no problem with it. Works all the time. I tried some 50-50 juice in here. Went through a tank of that. Same thing. 4 or 5 drags. Kind of dry. Never burnt flavor yet. It's kind of dry. But that's that. I'm not going to give that a thumbs up, that's for sure. It's good if you're a sporadic user. You just puff on it a couple times and let it sit. Puff on it a couple times, let it sit. But if you like to chain vape, which I tend to do, especially when I'm playing video games, then no. But now, it's sat long enough, it'll be wet again. It's not bad, right? I'm this close for a thumbs up. I did find some juice down at the shop that I don't like to go to for juice, because my order hasn't come in yet, still. Vermilion River e-juice. This is Fruit Stripe Illusions. Ever had Fruit Stripe gum? Yeah. Not like Fruit Stripe gum, you just put it in your mouth and oh wow, the flavor. More like Fruit Stripe gum 2 minutes in, where the flavor is just coming down a little bit. Yeah, but it's not bad. It doesn't have that mama's milk that I like to describe, as most of their flavors I seem to try do. This sounded good. I said the heck with it. Even if it tastes like mama's milk, it's only a small bottle. I'm going to try it out. And actually, it's pretty good. Like I said, still waiting for my order to come in. Thought it would have been here yesterday. Not here yet. But it is snowing and blowing and whatever else. Now, I think I've had enough time with this bad boy too. The Aspire Nautilus. Oh, I will say one thing here. I did end up going in and drilling out that tiny, tiny hole to a regular size, almost pass through on that iClear 30B, because it doesn't make sense to me. A little tiny hole. Back to the Nautilus. Nautilus seems to do the same thing to me that most of the tanks do, like a Pro Tank, my regular Aspire Nova. All the bottom coil ones seem to be about the same. Even the iClear 30B did it when I got it all the way down. I mean, it was all the way down. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Nautilus, same thing. And it doesn't matter which hole I put it on. I put it on the airiest hole. And it still vapes, but it gurgles the whole time when it gets all the way down into that juice channel in the bottom. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Still a good vape. Yeah, same with all the other tanks. I've noticed you fill it all the way up, and it tends to be a little drier. Right around in the middle area, it's perfect. All the way through that. You get down to the bottom, girl. Awesome. Kind of expected it. They all seem to do that, the bottom coil ones. They all seem to do it. Still liking my Pro Tank for consistency. Just probably because I'm more used to using it. It does the same thing though. When it's all the way full, it dries out easier. When it gets down to the bottom, it gurgles like a dog. But yeah. So, they are kind of what I expected. I expected great things out of this. Because when you open it up, and I showed you in the other video, I like to crank that puppy down. It reminds me so much of a cargo tank, but it's so much heavier. All those wicks down in there. Look at all that. 4 wicks coming out of there for the dual coils, which means they're always soaked in juice. Love that. It's great. Then why doesn't it wick? And I did pull out some strands of the silica in there, and I was hoping I wasn't pulling too much out, because how would you ever put it back in? Yeah, you can rebuild it. Forget the guy on YouTube saw the other day. He rebuilt one with cotton, and it's probably what I'm going to do with it after I'm done. He did, however, say that you have to shove a massive amount of cotton in there for it not to gurgle and flood. Well, at the moment, that's the exact opposite problem I'm having. Because I haven't had a burnt hit yet. But you know when the flavor gets weak and you can taste the dryness? That's as far as I've vaped this. It hasn't burnt, but it's just gotten dry. So, yeah, iClear 30B. Yeah, if you just puff, let it sit. It's good. It's good vape. If you like to chain vape it, you're going to be at a loss. It'll dry up on you. This hasn't dried up on me, probably because I can never find where I want to be with it. It's at the smallest draw right now. It's just fine. It's good. This device probably has the best flavor of all my other devices. Even my Pro Tank with the cotton in there, the Nautilus is right there with it, if not a hair above. This is the airiest draw. And on that, you can really taste the flavor just because of all that going right past your tongue. Thumbs up on that one. So yeah, the Nautilus, $30 though. It's $30. Do you need it? No. Cargo tank works. You can have a cargo tank. There's nothing wrong with a cargo tank. Would you like one? Yeah, you'd like one. It's big. 5 mils. I usually vape about 3 mils a day, which means I fill this up, go to work, vape it all day. I still don't have to touch it. Days off, don't have to touch it for 2 days. It's good. I'm loving the Nautilus. did mention, I said, oh, this is thin glass. Alright, I'm going to clarify that. It's thin glass as compared to a windshield or a window or something like that. It's thick glass for a tank. I have bumped this a couple times. It hasn't broke. I wouldn't dare drop it on some concrete or something. But it's well built. You know, it all comes apart. With that big airy drip tip on there. You really can't see anything in this thing. Take it all apart. What I like on this one is when you take the drip tip off, you can set this thing down because it's pretty flat. It will not fall over. That's what I like. And see, in that puppy, she's really nice and juicy though. I can see that. I do love that big silicone grommet they got in there. That's kind of nice. Yes, you can rebuild this too. Rip Trippers the other day shot a video. Crazy guy. Shot a video of putting a microcoil. I think he used silica. I don't think he used eco wool. I think he used silica in it. And microcoil, single. He didn't put a double in. I think I would have rather saw him put a double in it. It's dual coil. Don't just put a single in there. Come on, man. Put a double in there. That's what it came with. Double in there. Watch that vapor just sprawl out. But yeah, check that video out because Rip Tripper did that. Looked like it was putting out about twice as much vapor. But you know him, he's real crazy. So, knowing that, you can't get at everything. The stuff on the Nautilus does not pull apart. It's basically one giant cup. And everything's down in there. I do have another head right here. You might be able to see that. Maybe. Can't catch no light into it. But there's two coils down in there. And that's all he did was pull the pin out of the bottom and the grommet. Fed everything down through the top. Wires down on the bottom. Thank you, wifey. And there it is. Down in there. He did it just fine. But he's a nut, right? Anyhow. He's a cool nut, but he's a nut. I think the wife wanted some airtime. She's getting jealous. Now, I only have the one head for my iClear 30B. But you can see, it kind of looks like a chunky version of a Pro Tank, right? Got the dual coil, got all them wicks popping out of there nice everywhere. I don't know if you can tell, but those, if you have one, you can tell my wicks are a little bit thinner now, because I did pull some of that out. Now, on this, you want to rebuild it, you gotta pull the pin, pull the rubber grommet out. This piece is just kind of sitting in there. It's pressed in, held by this bigger piece. So, the way the guy I saw rebuilt it, and I can't remember who it was, just a random video I saw, and he screwed this down into the bottom, grabbed this with the pliers, put the whole thing on a device that he doesn't use anymore, or hasn't used yet, whatever, and wiggled this off, and it pops off like the cap on a Pro Tank. And you can get at everything and line everything up nice and pretty like a Pro Tank. Okay. So, when I finally do burn this thing out, which I've been using it for 2 days, Short of the dry hits, no burnt hits, just dry hits. Short of that, hasn't been a real problem. Yeah, up here in the cold climate, same thing as every other tank. Pressure, cold, hot. Take it outside and you vape it. Bring it back inside. If you don't tip it upside down, unscrew it from your device. Tip it upside down, put it back in your pocket, wherever you keep it. When it warms back up, if you have it upright on a bottom coil device, you have it upright, you're outside vaping it, and it's getting colder and colder, okay? And then you go back inside where it's 70 degrees or so. The heat is going to expand that juice and make it just flood out, okay? So, for anybody out there that doesn't understand why, when you go back inside, if you've been outside vaping, and it just gurgles, that's what it is. Hot and cold. You ever put a bottle of water? You ever freeze a bottle of water so you have some ice in your bottle of water, and you notice the bottle, when you go pull it back out when it's frozen, it's squished down? Yeah. Same thing. You take that same bottle and it's frozen, and you open it up, put some water in there, whatever, use it, cap it back up, and you let it sit there. Maybe the next time you go to open it up, all of a sudden it goes, psst. Well, it's not carbonated. No, it's the heat and the pressure built up inside there. And yeah, flooding. Nautilus does the same thing. I don't expect any device anywhere in the near future to not do that. That's a bottom coil. Top coil devices usually don't do that. iClear 16, yes, I bought some heads. I swear, they've changed something. I don't know how long I've had this, a couple years? Something like that. I swear they've changed something. There's something not quite the same, because this thing has been flawless. This is my second tank in here. It's flawless. No burnt hits. No tip it up and juice in your mouth. None of that. I don't know what they did. It's been quite the alright vape. I say alright vape because I'm using the Nautilus now, and the Aspire Nova, and the iClear 30B. Alright, I'll give it its little bit of props. It's okay. It's not great. iClear 16. I have iClear 30s. I'm going to give those to some family members. They might enjoy them. We'll see. What's wrong with that? Really? iClear 16? When I bought it new, and however many replacement heads later, it's never worked like that. Me recoiling it and re-wicking it, it's come right around that. But I've been out of those, burnt those things up a long time ago. Just decided I'm going to get some heads. And I'm going to give my 230s away, and I'll just keep one of the wicks, put it in here for the heck of it. It's working great, actually, for what it is. For what it is, this thing's been out for a long time. It's kind of like having a Provari. It came out a while ago. People still have them. They still work. So, yeah, I just compared this little booger to a Provari. Anyhow. So, Nautilus, iClear 30B, I can go about 3/4. Sometimes it just doesn't do what I want it to do. It dries out. Doesn't burn. Just dries out. I'll say it again. Doesn't burn. just dries out a little bit. Flavor's just not quite there. Still, is the Nautilus any better than this? The Nova? Aspire Nova? Yeah, this ain't a Vivi Nova. This is an Aspire Nova. Dual bottom coil. Flavor is about the same. Vapor, because you can change your airflow on this device, tastes better, and there is a little bit more vapor. But I really haven't been having any problems with my Nova Aspire. It's been working good. It's empty right now, so I ain't gonna vape nothing for you. It'll burn my head out. Waiting for my juice. Waiting for my juice. Waiting for my juice. Anyhow. It's the Nautilus, man. It is what it is. Adjustable airflow. Liking this? Okay. Surprised. I still can't play with this. Little side note here. I'm thinking I want to make my own little box mod. I just can't see paying that much money for a battery holder with a switch on it. Go down to Radio Shack, get a switch, get a battery holder of some sort. Use that at home. I ain't got to take it anywhere. I lost my little rubber plug for my RSST to cap off the juice well, so I just got some cotton shoved in there right now. That seems to be working all right. In case I tip it on its side, it doesn't go pouring everywhere. But other than that, yeah, that's all I got for you guys. It's been a good day. Makes me look like a munchkin or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's a big can. Wife's trying hard not to laugh at me in the background. It's okay. So, that's it. You all have fun now. I know I will.